Hello everyone, I'm Betty and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am a conscious channel and educator, channeling activations and divine messages for the collective. So, wow, what a summer we've had. In August, the planet's vibration rose once again, and we saw many more souls crossing over. Whether through old age, accidents, disease, or by their own hand, know that they are safe and loved unconditionally in the higher realms. And as difficult as it may seem to lose a loved one, we are all eternally connected. And when we are still, we are able to feel their presence and communicate with them. I'm sure you've all gotten signs in one way, shape, or form over the years from loved ones that have passed over. And that's just their way of letting you know they're still with you. And once they've reacclimated, the soul remembers and resonates at a higher consciousness level, allowing them to see their life and ours from a higher perspective. And the most common message that is often expressed for those who have crossed over is they want us to love and live our lives to the fullest without regrets. Meaning take advantage of any opportunities that come your way, make sure that you forgive those that have hurt you and vice versa, and anything that comes upon your path, don't hesitate to do it, even if it's fearful. I mean, obviously use your best judgment when it comes to opportunities and use your discernment, but take advantage of it, because that's the thing I hear the most, the regrets. So you're always going to have some, but the fewer the better when you get to the other side. Okay, so now I'm being given the song, But My Love Grows Where Rosemary Goes, and Nobody Knows Like Me. I know I listened to that song in the 70s. I don't know who sang it, but obviously that's a message for someone out there. So if that resonates with you, let me know. Now that song's going to be playing in my head all day. Okay, so this month the Masters would like to speak about false light teachings that some individuals are putting out there online. And I think we can all agree that there is a ton of misinformation trying to confuse and distract us at this time. And recently, I've seen individuals teaching what appears to be the light, but it is actually misaligned and twisted information. For instance, Archangel Metatron and Master Thoth were being presented as beings of the dark, and that sacred geometry is designed to drain energy from us so they may utilize our energy. These are false teachings. What is true is the dark forces do siphon energy from individuals. They do this by feeding off of people's negativity and through attachments. The archangels and masters do not require our energy, as they emanate source energy from their core naturally. They are a direct extension of source. And I find it kind of humorous that this is being presented in this way. Both Metatron and Thoth are creator beings and architects helping our world to evolve, and their vibration is that of pure consciousness. If you're in their presence, you understand that they admit unconditional love, joy, and divine harmony. There's no disguising that or fooling anyone. You feel it throughout your whole body. And in any being of the dark would not be able to sustain a higher vibration of consciousness for an extended period of time. You would absolutely feel and sense these distortions in their fields. So for example, when I'm clearing houses or individuals, I actually sense and I get sick, or I feel sick, when encountering darkness, either in an object, a person, or demonic forces themselves. This feeling that comes over me, and many empathics can relate to this, that this is my cue in recognizing that dark, distorted energy. There's no disguising it. And with sacred geometry, if not properly understood and practiced, it may lead to an imbalance. But when properly activated and used, sacred geometry acts as a gateway in raising our consciousness levels. And with each geometric pattern that you switch to, that you level up to, holds specific light codes that assist in your spiritual development. So whoever you choose to listen to or read online, just ask yourself some questions like, are they coming from a place of urgency or anger instead of peace or calmness? Are they trying to convince you that they're right or their way is best? And I've noticed they can often come across as becoming very intense, wanting to prove their point. So be wary of this. And they do this instead of allowing you to make your own decisions on how you feel about a subject. We ask that you pay attention to how they make you feel. Are they lifting you up, or are they making you feel anxious and agitated? And I know we've all had those people, we've talked about this before, that when you get in their presence, you can, either feel very calm and peaceful, or you can feel like you want to escape from them as quickly as possible. So lastly, just because, they want to bring this to your attention, just because someone online appears popular, this doesn't mean subscribers and views cannot be bought. This happens all the time. So it's just something for you to keep in mind. And bottom line, always trust what your intuition is telling you. Okay, all right, so September brings us several events. First, we have the total lunar eclipse / blood moon on September 7th. Then we have the partial solar eclipse on September 21st. And then in the northern hemisphere, we have the autumnal equinox on September 22nd. So during this passageway, some will experience a shift in their trajectories. And this is becoming more common as we ascend with each light wave we receive. People are choosing different paths in their life. And this is contracted in a sense also. The shift can affect one or more areas of your life, meaning you'll actually witness the dissolving and the reforming of your reality. And as we jump these new timelines, new opportunities will appear for you. New introductions or closures in relationships that now you need to move away from, as well as many relocating to different areas for multiple reasons. Whether it's work or family, but they'll be, and they're saying to me, it'll be like a sudden shift, like it will just come before you, whether it's an invitation or an emergency, a family member that needs help with, along those lines. So just know that these trajectories are going to be happening, and through these, as you shift, you may feel an emotional loss for a person, place, or thing. It depends on where you are in your mastery. But whatever pops up, know that if you choose to hold on tight and let these emotions linger within you, it causes what I term the Atlas effect, feeling the weight of you carrying the world on your shoulders. So by intentionally recognizing the emotion and releasing it, and instead of feeling heavy, you're going to feel lifted up. and that will open more doorways for new experiences to flow in. There are many 3D contracts that have been completed and are now being dissolved, and you may or may not be aware of this happening. I certainly didn't. Several years ago, I went into my Akashic records to see what my next steps were, because I wasn't having clarity. So I decided to go in and take a look. And when I went, my book was completely blank, and I didn't understand it at the time, and I was a bit shocked because I didn't know what to do with it. But a few days later, I started to understand that I had fulfilled that part of my journey, and I was beginning something brand new, just as many of you are doing right now. So we are at this juncture where authorities no longer have a hold on us or have power over us. The roles played by our oppressors were in place to activate our awakening from illusion. So, in other words, the more difficult and oppressed that we feel from governments and agencies and corporations, the more it awakens us from the illusion that we are in power. And this was to help us realize we create our realities within our holographic universe. And once this begins to really sink into you and you know that you are in full control and power, there's no one to blame or find fault with anymore. The earth experience was only ever for our beneficial spiritual growth. And these were just lessons that we needed to learn and have these experiences. So as you resonate with 5D realities and above, you understand the game, and that you are the architects of the new world, creating new experiences, new jobs, new modalities and opportunities. And the masters are saying, the world is your oyster. You get to do whatever you want. You are not controlled by anyone or anything. You have the ultimate choice in living your life exactly the way you want to. So again, the world is your oyster. Haven't heard that saying for a while. All right, in September's community of masters, our honored guests are Archangel Michael, Master El Morya, and the Whale and Dolphin Collective. We will be speaking about the Crystalline throat chakra and the Alta major chakra and how it will change the way we communicate in 5D and above. We will also be talking about why the whales have stopped singing and the messages that they have for us. And we will be activating and attuning the crystalline throat chambers for higher communication. And there are only 2 forums left. I can't believe the year went so fast. So if you'd like to join us, head over to my website and listen. That's listed in the description box below, where you'll find the details about the forum and all my services. And we'd love to have you join us. So this month's light language activations are for the lunar, the solar eclipse, and the autumnal equinox, where it's going to be a lot of energy pumping in September. I have already been receiving major downloads on a daily basis, and was gifted a etheric codex by Buddha. I don't know. Yes, thank you. They're telling me they're attunements for higher consciousness. So as I dip into that a little bit, I'm sure I'm going to be presenting whatever it is they want me to share. So if you have the opportunity to listen to these activations outside on the day of each portal, it's going to give you an extra boost. So if you have it on your phone, you can just listen to the light language while you're sitting outside, and you'll get that boost. And these source light codes are for DNA upgrades as well as supporting you energetically. So we'll go ahead and begin the light language for September. Ki hach te a siti na oriendia sori te ina nea ya akurma ayana ariana ya suinia arino suiti ti a ur na sutu an iti ta ne a te ya turi orienta ya sa tu ta asuta na ne akuraba Sea tu ante narea ku arama ayanana ayari nyata poroto suishta ania amaku sa ane rampa yaruriama akarianea su oreba ania yenaya ayanayo su pranaya yaka Ariana su urianaya naroraya sutea apurama ai Yariano su ipia shate ania Araniano su ipia shtane miaria nio koria shi tu oria piante ayanaya Nyata yara niena nia su okarinya su arieki Arinia ku aratipia ormana araya sutia ateanea su sawianea sibiatea nuria kapa tataianea ya koreana teasu yananya tuyane yanaya teasu yanea kipa oranyane ka yana Ariana nea ayene ayhanana su daroriere tioto su de biaku na ayetia en harakatia tu su wianea ka hurayasa Doriete yakama so itayanaya na aya roya na ya kayaranya ya orenia su itianta arenia no ya korepia na iane ya koyesha lahaya ne ayama daria nani ya korempa sutu na hayatai Oriana yasu Nana kiana Dayatusa. Okay, so we also put codes for grace and ease for any of those of you that are experiencing the change in trajectories this month. So that'll be a little bit more graceful for you. Okay. All right, that's it for this month. Thank you so much for watching. Stay conscious, and I will see you next time. Take care.